Hi ladies, welcome to today's live stream. Now today we're going to be talking about how to develop a powerful marketing plan that you can implement simply and reliably to constantly magnetize your ideal clients to you and use over and over again. Doesn't that sound exciting? As online marketers or online entrepreneurs, we are marketers because we need to be able to constantly have a stream of people coming into our business. That's how we grow, and that's how you're able to then develop, make your business expand and get more and more people interested in you and what you do. And you want to be able to do that as much as possible on autopilot. So that's the key. That's the brilliance about having an online marketing system that you can use over and over again. And that's what we're going to talk about today, how to develop that, how to develop a system, a simple, easy to put together system that you can use. You can develop it once, create it once, and then use it over and over again to continually attract new people, new prospects into your business that can then potentially be your customers or clients. So how do we do that? Well, the first step is starting with the basics. And the basic really is to know who your target market is. There's no point in putting out marketing and hoping that it's going to hit someone who might be interested in you and your product or service, because that you're not necessarily going to do that, and the more hit and miss you are, the more likely you're going to be to miss. So the more specific you can be with your marketing, the more specific you can be with who you are targeting, then the higher chance you're going to have of attracting the right people. So to start with, you want to get really, really, really clear on your ideal client. Who are they? What are their pain points? What are their pleasure points? And those three key things are going to really help you set the foundations for your business and for your marketing as well. So get clear on who's your ideal client, what are they struggling with, what are their problems that you can help them with, and what are the outcomes that you can provide for them that they are really going to be excited about. Number two is then to create a freebie based around these pain points and pleasure points. So give them something for free, or create something that is really going to push their buttons, that's going to be enticing to them, that's going to really deal with the problems that they're facing and offer them that solution or that dream outcome that they're looking for. So you can create a template, you could create a lead magnet or a freebie that you're going to then be able to offer them, and they will in exchange give you their name and email address. That's the key. And if it's something very valuable, it doesn't have to be something long. It doesn't have to be something that's 1 million pages. It doesn't have to have gorgeous pictures in it. It just needs to be great information, well organized information, dealing with something that's going to be really, really compelling for them, compelling enough for them to give you their name and email address. Now, I know some people are a bit funny about people asking for this, but if you're going to provide something great for free, for someone to hand over their name and email address to you, that's a sign of trust. And if they're not willing to do that, then how likely are they going to be to actually pay to work with you later on? So that's the first step in taking action towards that, building a relationship with you. So number one is to get really clear on who your ideal client is, or your target market, the pain and pleasure points. And number two is then to create a freebie or a lead magnet based on these pain and pleasure points of your ideal client that is specifically targeted towards them. Do some research on this. Ask them. Ask your target market. Ask in your community. What are they struggling with? What do they want help with? And then you can get a really clear picture of creating, so that you can create the most exciting, compelling, irresistible offer for your people to take up. And that's what you're going to be able to offer as a freebie. So, and then number three is to organize a system following on from that. So the idea is that you have your lead magnet or your freebie that you then can put out and offer And you want then to be able to nurture those people once they say yes to it, once they give you that name and email address. You want to have a system in place that's going to allow you to take that name and email address and then put it into your database and then send them a series of emails to nurture them. So a sequential email series or a nurture email series, and that's going to allow you then to build up a relationship with them, to demonstrate more of you and who you are and how you can help them, and really move them further down that funnel to getting closer to wanting to work with you. And if you can get this in place so that it's happening automatically with a CRM system, which is a customer relationship management system, the simplest of which is probably MailChimp. So I'm sure that many of you will have heard of MailChimp. I use ActiveCampaign, which is a little bit more advanced. MailChimp starts off as a free system, so that's a great one, a great way to dip your toe into the water, and it's quite easy to use. Beyond that, you can go all the way up to something like Infusionsoft, which can be quite pricey, but has, of course, a lot of different features that are fantastic, particularly if you are doing more complicated marketing. But for the purposes of today, we're talking about something very simple, something very clean, easy to implement, that you can do very fast and very with minimal tech knowledge. So having that system in place of being able to nurture your audience by having a sequence of emails is awesome. And then you want to be able to promote your lead magnet. So you want to then get it out into the world so that you can attract as many of your ideal clients as possible to go through this sequential email series and have a call to action at the end, so that you're then directing them towards getting that step closer to working with you. You can promote your lead magnet in so many different places. You can, if you're in Facebook groups, on your Facebook page, or in your own Facebook group, you can email market to other people who are potentially on your list, and then funnel them into this concentrated email sequence so that they're really nurtured well. You could live stream and mention at the end. You can offer it as on other people's blogs, for example. If you're a guest blogger, if you're asked to do an interview with someone, you have this freebie that you can then use to promote you and your business and allow people to then take that next step of finding out more about you and getting onto that database that you have so that you can nurture them. On YouTube, you can promote it on YouTube. If you write articles for people, if you're in magazines, online magazines, wherever you are in the online world, you have this freebie then that you're able to use to promote you and your business. And that can be put on autopilot, as I said. And then number 5 is to then move into the next step, which is going beyond your organic marketing and moving into paid advertising. Now, if you've created a brilliant lead magnet that you know is exactly what your people want, then you can run a Facebook ad to it. You can run Google AdWords to it. Now, Facebook advertising is brilliant because it's a very low entry point that you can come in. You can go in at $5 a day. You could start with that. You can really target your audience. So for me, for example, if I work with online female entrepreneurs aged between, say, 35 and 55. If I'm targeting Australia, for example, or if I'm targeting somewhere else, I could do a different ad. I can choose the types of jobs that they're in. I can choose whether they're married, whether they're single, whether they have families, children or no children, whether they have a certain income level, whether they live in a certain particular city, whether they are interested in email marketing, whether they follow Tony Robbins or Amy Porterfield or whoever. You can get really specific and make sure that you can really target your ads so that they are reaching the people that you want them to reach. And that is another way. I know some people are really anti spending money on ads, but if you're finding that you want to have something that's more automatic, that you can rinse and repeat and leave to run without you actually physically having to go into all these different groups and promote your lead magnet, then this is a brilliant way to do it. So let's just go quickly through our 5 steps again, and if any questions pop up, please ask them. I'm always happy to answer questions. So for you to develop your own powerful marketing plan that you can implement simply and reliably to constantly magnetize your ideal clients to you and then use over and over again, there are 5 steps for you to follow. So step 1 is to get really, really clear on who your ideal client is, who your target market is, so that you know who you are aiming your marketing towards. Number 2 is to create a lead magnet or a freebie based around the problems, the pain points and the pleasure points of your ideal client. Number 3 is to organize your CRM system and follow-up email sequence. CRM being your customer relationship management system, so that you have an automatic way of nurturing people once they sign up to get your lead magnet. Number 4 is to then promote your lead magnet, so that you'll do that in online, in whatever social media platforms you're on. If you are doing anything, interviews with anyone, if you're on podcasts, anything like that, you have this great targeted lead magnet that you can then promote. And then number 5 is to take that extra step and set up some paid advertising. I use Facebook ads and I love them, and they are brilliant, and as I said, that you can get into them at a very low cost. So what you want to do is create this funnel that you can use over and over again and, you know, make money while you sleep. But the key is to have a marketing system that you can run, you can set it up and allow it to run. Now, I would never ever recommend setting something up and leaving it to run on its own without you checking on it, because you do need to sometimes do tweaks and check on your Facebook ad and adjust a couple of things here and there. But the main thing is that you're not having to physically do this over and over again. You're setting up this system and then you have it there ready. You've got your email sequence, you've got your nurturing happening, and it can all happen pretty much in an automated way. Hi, Colleen. So that is it. If you, Colleen, if you've missed the start of it, just pop back and you can have a look at the rest of the video now. And just to let you know that I do have my webinar coming up tomorrow, which is how to choose the topic, the best freebie topic for your freebie. So this is going to be exactly what we're talking about today, so that you know that you're going to get a really targeted lead magnet by choosing the most awesome topic that's going to attract the right people. And then I also have my craft content that converts program, online program, group coaching program, which is starting, the cart is opening in the first week of December. So that is really exciting. So keep your eyes open for that. And otherwise, thank you for being here today, ladies, and I will see you again next time. Bye for now.